Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. In this video, I'm going to show you 12 iPad and Apple Pencil tips and tricks that are incredibly useful. So let's get started. The first trick is a really neat Apple Pencil feature. It involves taking a screenshot by moving the pencil from either bottom corner to the center of the screen, which you can then draw over using markup. This is such a convenient feature for me as it saves so much time compared to pressing the lock and the volume up buttons or toggling my assistive touch to press screenshot. A neat tip here that you might want to know is that you can actually take a full page screenshot by toggling the feature at the top. This is great for people who may want to annotate long articles on the internet, but there isn't necessarily a PDF for them to download. So of course, you can start writing and highlighting on the full page captured using markup. Another option is to export this screenshot to a note-taking app of your choice, like GoodNotes 5 or Notability, to annotate the document from there. Something that's cool to know is that with screen capture, iOS labels them as screenshot, but once you toggle on the full page feature, the photo that is captured becomes a PDF file. The next trick is something I haven't seen quite a lot of, and it's the ability to copy-paste between devices, which is probably the coolest feature in my opinion. As long as you're signed in using the same Apple ID, you can copy things from your iPad, then paste them onto your iPhone and vice versa. There is even a notification on top that says, "Notes pasted from Sky's iPad" or Sky's iPhone. This can be done with handwritten text as well. You just use the lasso tool to select the text, then paste the handwriting to the other device. Another thing you can do is copy your handwriting and paste it as text, and when you paste it on your other device, it will be pasted as text instead of handwriting. Now, for the next trick, I know that most of us are accustomed to using the undo and redo buttons when taking notes or drawing, since they're already there on the app. So it just feels natural to reach for it, but did you know that you can actually use 3 fingers to do the same thing? You can actually swipe left with 3 fingers to undo and right to redo. And you can also undo and redo multiple times as demonstrated here. For the next tip, you can't get YouTube to play picture-in-picture when using the app. So for it to work, you actually need to open Safari and go to the YouTube website, then open the video you want to watch. On the top left side of the URL space, you can tap on the letters, then website settings, and request desktop website. Now you can full screen your video, and on the top left, tap this icon to get your picture-in-picture to work. While it's on the screen, you can also use your fingers to make the video bigger and pinch it to make it smaller. The next trick requires Procreate. For artists, this is a neat trick because if you ever see a picture and just want to use the colors in it, you can actually drag and drop the photo into Procreate in split screen mode. Then, all the colors will be extracted into the palette. This saves you a ton of time from using the eyedropper tool. The next tip briefly demonstrates how to move your cursor anywhere in your text without having to tap on the spot that you want. Just simply hold the spacebar with 1 finger and move it around. To select the text, simply hold the spacebar with 2 fingers and slide them around to select the text that you want. The next tip may be super useful for people who don't like typing on the super wide keyboard on an iPad. Simply pinch it with 2 fingers to get a floating keyboard, and to restore its original size, do the opposite and pinch it outward. The next tip is website preview. Activate this by simply tapping and holding on a link in the search results. This gives you a glance of a website to help you decide if you actually want to visit this page. The next tip is Scribble, which is a new feature that came out with iOS 14. You can write into text spaces instead of using the keyboard, and there are a lot of neat gestures for you to modify the text. The update also helps the iPad recognize your handwriting and prompts actions from that. The next tip is Slide Over, which is a different way to multitask. You might be familiar with pulling an app to split screen on the side, but Slide Over lets the secondary application float over your primary application so that you can have more screen space for your primary. You can also drag more apps to the Slide Over and switch between them easily. This is great for people who use any calculator apps and the perfect tool to keep on the side. My last tip is palm rejection. This is an incredibly useful feature for people who want to write smoothly on the iPad. This essentially just lets the iPad detect your palm to basically ignore it so that it doesn't get in the way of you writing or drawing while you rest your hand on the iPad. Most note-taking apps have this feature. The one I'm showing on the screen is Goodnotes 5. This is also great for left-handed people to take advantage of. So that's it for my 12 tips, and I hope you found some of these useful or at least interesting. Let me know which one is your favorite by leaving a comment down below, and thank you so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed watching this video, please give it a thumbs up, leave a comment, hit the subscribe button, and turn on the notification bell so you wouldn't miss my next videos. I'll see you all next time. Bye!
It's 5:50 something and I feel so empty inside. The sun is going down, the sky